Hey YouTube, Rumpelstiltskin Survival Citizen here, doing a special request video by Arizona biker who's having some trouble with his Singer walking foot sewing machine, getting it properly timed. So this video is really for him, but I think other people may find it of interest as well to see exactly how a walking foot sewing machine works and why it works so well for heavy fabrics, nylon, and so forth, and why it's used in industry. So I'm going to do a close-up here of the foot movement, and that's where Arizona biker is having most of the issues with. So I'm going to do a slow hand turning of that process. Needle comes up, the foot comes up, needle begins to come down, the foot has moved forward, the foot begins to come down. As the needle comes down, it makes contact with the feed dog underneath. I don't know the technical term, but this foot here then begins to come up to allow the center foot to push the material back, which essentially is walking, why they call it walking foot. And then the needle comes up, the outer foot comes down to hold the material in place while the walking foot comes up and goes forward as the feed dog. Notice the feed dog is moving forward too. So the feed dog comes up, it meets, and then it pushes it back again. The outer presser foot goes down, walking foot goes up and forward and down. I'm going to pause it and see if I can get a little bit better angle on this. All right, maybe we can get a little bit better understanding here. Forward, down. Outer press foot comes up. Walking foot goes back. Stops. Needle comes up. Presser foot goes down. Walking foot comes up and forward. All right. I'm going to pause the video again. Arizona biker also asked why I use a servo motor. As you can see, that servo motor is on right now and it's completely silent. It's doing nothing. It does not have a big electric motor that's running all the time like the clutch does. That's the system Arizona biker has, is the clutch motor. That motor is running all the time, and that's a very hard system to do slow stitches. You'll notice on mine as I come up to here, I am now going to press my foot assembly here, and you'll see the slow action that I can get here. Get in a better position to push. So I'll let it run a little bit so you can see the action. All right. Hand feeding here. Gets pushed out right here. down, gets brought back, and that's controlled by this mechanism here, which is right here. And the video may go upside down just because I can't get a better. All right, here's the underside of my machine. Now, this is the clutch mechanism that I was making right here, sorry. This is the clutch mechanism that I was making a comment to Arizona Biker on. That is adjusted by pushing this button right here down. And that releases. That actually, sorry, that controls. I got to stand corrected here. That actually pushes a pin right there down and locks into that sprocket, this geared sprocket right here. It's at that point that you can manually force this clutch to disengage and spin, on mine at least, 180 degrees to the other side. That's a ball bearing right there. That is spring. It's sort of like a ball bearing tensioned clutch. And that clutch, what it does is it prevents your machine from just breaking itself up into pieces if something is jammed in here. If you get some kind of jamming mechanism, cloth, string, thread wrapped around it, whatever, and it does happen. You do get jams. I've had this clutch engage a couple times when something went wrong in here, and you get a stoppage here. If you didn't have that clutch, this whole mechanism with the force and inertia of that motor would just rip this. It would just break. Something would break, and it would be catastrophic failure of this machine. So that clutch is a very important piece to keeping the gears and the mechanisms from breaking. So that could be off 180 degrees right there. I don't know if Arizona Biker has one of those on his Singer, but that's what the Consew one looks like. I'll go ahead and turn it manually here. I've got a pivoting piece there. Which controls this gosh, I can't think of the name. The bobbin, that bar that controls the bobbin carrier position. Notice it has a little arm that moves like that. Also, there's a bar that goes across here. There's my oiler right there, where I can put oil in the machine, and it pumps it and wicks it from there. See if I can get a little better position here, so you can see what's going on here. All right, it's about the best I can show you there, Arizona Biker. The real important part is, is having a adjuster's manual. I think mine is called an adjuster's manual. And you know, all this stuff here, all this stuff has to be exact for it to sew. Sewing is a very precision operation, and all of these moving parts have to be exactly where they need to be. Most of the time, it is. It sounds like you've got a machine that may have been tampered with or something, or it could have been just that the problem might have been right from the beginning, that your clutch was 180 degrees off, and you were trying to adjust around that 180 degree offness, and you may have created some of your own problems by misadjusting to the clutch being in the wrong position. My recommendation is you just got to really look at how everything works, and see what moves what, and then try to figure out, if you're not getting proper movement, if the head is not moving, or the feet are not moving in a certain way, try to figure out what that is. And that's the adjustment I can have with a servo. It's nice and slow, and then faster, depending on what I want. If I had that clutch motor, this thing has an RPM stitch speed that is just insane, because it's a commercial sewing machine. It's meant to be in a factory and just kicking out massive amounts of yardage every day, all day. So anyway, hope that helps you out. Good luck.